Just arrived at the Holland Gordon trailhead. I'm pretty nervous, I'm not gonna lie. This is my first solo overnight in wilderness in a really long time. I'm out here in Montana, obviously, and I've gone on a couple camping trips, backpacking trips during my stay, but they've all been with other people. I've either been with my brother or my dad or both. And so, I was just kind of looking for a little bit of a challenge. And the trail I'll be taking today is one that I've done previously, but on horseback. And it was pretty brutal even on horseback in terms of how steep it was and how much elevation we gain in just a couple miles. So should be a good challenge. I'm excited to give it a shot, and I'll see you on the trail. Dusty, dusty, dusty. Wow. From here I can tell the lake is crystal still, crystal clear. Man.
Have a good day.
You too. So it is cool to see the packers come by with the horses and everything, but they kick up so much dust that I think I gotta wait like 5-10 minutes before I can start on behind them, just so I don't get choked on my way up. But this is not a bad place to take a break. I mean, can't beat Montana, baby. One of the best parts about this trail is the abundance of huckleberry bushes. You can almost always find them hanging out. You see these little berries here. Looks mighty delicious. Oh, nice and sweet. So I'm up on I'm way up the trail, and I run into Tyson, my man here, who was my my guide who took my dad, my brother, and I up into the Bob last summer. So small world, run into this guy. Say what's up to the people.
What's up? How are you guys doing?
Thanks, Tyson.
Yeah, for sure.
If you can see, way out there is that big lake that I started at. I've come up through these mountains. I've still got a ways to go, but man, I mean, look at that. God damn. But look down there. All these little guys hanging out. Oh no, they're stuck. It could be a little snack if if I ended up forgetting any of my freeze-dried food. Well, I made it. 6 miles in. Made really good time. And just dropped my bag off where I'm gonna be camping for the night, doing some exploring, and I found a potential way into the water if I were to take a swim this evening. But a little sketchy. I might be able to find something better, do a little bit more moseying around and exploring. All right, so my reconnaissance has been incredibly fruitful. I have found the place I'm going to be setting up my camp tonight. Look at this. I mean, holy cow. Imagine tent right here. Oh, I can just look out at that in the morning. Oh, a cup of coffee up on the rocks there. Tent set up, staked out. I am ready for this evening. I do want to make sure that I use what's left of the sun to go swimming, so that is next on the list. Let's go. All right, just a stone throw away from camp. This looks like a nice little swimming hole. Woo. It is a lot colder than I thought it was going to be initially. Immediately, my feet are already pretty numb just standing here. I think the only real way I'm not going to be able to ease myself into it, I just got to launch. Oh, is it deep? This I can't even touch the ground. Well worth it. Time to get back to camp, warmed up. Wasn't entirely satisfied with just one dunk, and I just happened to look over here and see that it's like 20-30 feet deep. Perfect for this. Now that was worth it. Sam, if you're watching this, don't hate me. I know you hate when people swim by themselves in the wilderness, but I'm telling you, man, it's just too good. Just so you get an idea of what I was talking about, you can see there's kind of the rock ledge, and then it just drops off like 20 feet. It's awesome. I can see all the way to the bottom. You can see a bunch of fish swimming around in there. Not a sound. Silent. Just to give you an idea of how awesome this camp spot is. My tent's right here, and that little swimming hole that I just went in is just right there. There's even my own little path I can take to get right down there. Oh, and I think I'm gonna do some fishing. Time to go fishing. Got my very trusty Tenkara rod here, and I've spooled a fly already, so it should be pretty easy. Easy as that. Attach the pre-spooled line, pre-tied knot. Of course, just as luck would have it, the wind picks up right as I decide to fly fish. Almost had me a fish. Oh, I got, oh! And there it is, folks. Oh shit, fire. Well, that's what I get. All right, so we are in bear country, people. So all of my food has to be locked up in this bad boy. And before I go to sleep, I'll take this a couple hundred yards away from where I'm sleeping, hide it away somewhere, just so that we don't get any wandering critters coming in. I will be using some delicious Upper Holland Lake water for dinner tonight. It's freeze-dried meal, baby. Don't knock it until you try it, people. I swear, there's nothing that tastes better after hiking through wilderness than a freeze-dried meal. Also, don't be an asshole. Always bring a trash bag. Do not leave anything behind when you go out. Please stir, reseal, and let sit. Perfect. The view that I get to eat sitting here at my lovely campsite, eating my dinner. Well, overall, I would say that is probably the best single day of outdoor recreation that I've ever had. That was awesome. That being said, it is time to get in my tent because these mosquitoes are out and they are devouring me. So I'm going to read some of my book and hopefully get an early sleep for an early rise tomorrow morning. Okay night's sleep. I was tossing and turning a good bit. I kept hearing little footsteps outside my tent. And even though I knew they were little, it still was kind of sketching me out. But just being alone, I think. If I was with somebody else, that, you know, that brings the threat of danger down to 50% instead of 100%, because there's half chance that a bear would attack your campsite mate or whatever. But enough of that. The sun is just starting to peek over the ridge here, and that means it's time for coffee. So let's get it going. And there it is. The sun is finally creeping over this sleepy little lake, and I am also creeping on this sleepy little lake. So, as I've been walking back to the trailhead this morning, and my mind's wandering as I kind of just get lost in the walking, I've been thinking about how much my life recently has felt out of control, or out of my control, I guess I should say. And I've been feeling a lot of anxiety and fear and uncertainty about, you know, my future and my choices in life recently, with, you know, where I'm taking my career and my friendships and my relationships with my family. Just a lot of it has been giving me a lot of anxiety. And so that's why it's so important for me to get out and do something really hard, like something really physically hard, like this, like carrying 40 pounds up 6 miles of incline and figuring it out and spending the night outside. And the sense of accomplishment and joy and happiness that I get from doing that makes me, for some reason, makes me feel so much better about all the anxieties and fears in my personal life when I get home. I think it's because there's a lot of things that I feel like I have no control over. And so being able to do something hard that I have complete control over, like taking a trip like this, makes it so much easier for me to, you know, mentally start to deal with some of those things in my home life. So I don't even know why I'm bringing this up, but maybe I think it's because, you know, if anybody watching this is dealing with the same kind of thing, right, where, you know, you feel overwhelmed and you feel like your life's not going in the direction it's, you know, supposed to, or that you'd like it to, do something hard that you can control, that you can plan and execute. It doesn't have to be, you know, camping or hiking or backpacking, although I think that's just kind of a pretty straightforward option. But just try that, whatever that is for you. I think it could be really helpful. It certainly has been for me. So with that, I gotta just put my mind back on the trail. I got about 5 more miles, and then I can go get me some lunch. Holland Lake. Made great time, and I hear cars, which means I'm just about wrapping up my journey. So just want to take some time really quick to thank anybody who watched this video that I will have hopefully made from this trip, and I really appreciate any time you spend watching my stuff. But you know, I do really appreciate it, and it means a lot to me that people are interested in this kind of stuff and interested in, you know, why I love doing it so much. So with that being said, peace and love, everybody. Signing out.